mean,
Oh,
I see where
okay,
you're.
wait, let's go to your logic. Let's go to your logic. Now, guys, listen to the logic. This is what happens when you follow Muhammad. So when Allah tells Muhammad, pray for the forgiveness of the sins of the believing men and women, that doesn't mean they actually sin. You just pray that they'll be forgiven for sins they didn't actually commit. No, you're not going anywhere.
Yes.
You just buried yourself because you just said they actually sinned. That means when he's praying that Allah forgives them of their sins, it's because of sins they committed. Well, when he prays that Allah forgives his sins, that means he must have committed actual sins like they did. You ain't going nowhere, buddy. This verse is staying right here.
Show me another one. Show me another.
Okay, but no, but be honest with the text, man.
No, it's saying, may Allah forgive his and the believer's sins.
And just like they sin, which means they need to be forgiven, he must have sinned. See? Common sense, man. Don't try hard to make him something he's not.
I mean,
he's not Jesus. Jesus is sinless in your Quran and the Bible. He's nowhere near Jesus. So I know you want him to be like Jesus. He can't. He can't
believe Muhammad is greater than Jesus.
No, not according to the Quran. Muhammad is under the feet of Jesus.
That's not true.
You want to bet? Okay, you want me to prove it to you? In the Quran, who's the greatest woman Allah created?
Mary.
Say it again.
Mary.
Oh, so Jesus' mother is the greatest woman, and yet Muhammad is greater than Jesus. According to Sahih Muslim, where is Muhammad's mother?
Muhammad's mother died when he was sick.
Where is Amina? According to Sahih Muslim, I have the hadith right here.
What do you mean, where is she? She died.
Where is his mother and father? Your prophet said they're in hell.
Who said that?
Your prophet said his father's in hell, and when your prophet went to pray for his mother, Allah said, do not pray for her forgiveness.
Where does it say that?
I'm going to say it to you. So I'm going to now use the Quran to show that Muhammad is under the feet of Jesus, because you said he's greater than Jesus. He's not good enough to lick Jesus' sandals. But I'm going to show it to you from your Quran. I'm not even going to use the Bible. Let me get you the hadith. Okay. Your prophet was weeping because when he went to the grave of his mother, he asked Allah to forgive her, and he said, do not ask for her forgiveness. And then he told another man, my father, Abdullah, and your father are in hell. Okay, well, let me show it to you.
They probably were.
They what?
I said Muhammad's father probably was.
And what about his mother?
Possibly.
Okay, so wait. You just told me Muhammad is greater than Jesus, and yet Jesus' mother is the greatest woman that Allah created. Why?
Because she had this birth.
What does the birth have to do with Mary becoming the greatest of all women?
Without Jesus, Mary is not great.
Thank you. You just buried yourself. Yasu.
What do you mean?
In other words, because of Jesus, Mary became the greatest. Well, the only way she can be the greatest if he's the greatest. Thank you, Sue.
I see what you're saying.
Thank you. You got it now?
I see where you're coming from.
No, I used your logic. What was your logic? Your logic was?
Yeah, but Muhammad is greater.
Jesus made Mary the greatest woman, but Muhammad made his mother an inhabitant of hell. So Muhammad made his parents burn in hell. So let's go to your logic.
So his parents died by the time he was 6.
What does that got to do with anything? Why didn't Allah do for Muhammad what he did for Jesus?
Why? What he did
Here's the hadith. Why didn't Allah do for Muhammad what he did for Isa? Why didn't he make Amina a believer and the greatest of all women?
Because
what?
They lived in a pagan.
No, because according to your hadith, there were the Hunafa, like Waraq bin Nawfal. They knew the path because they knew about Christianity and Judaism. Don't give me that garbage. Doesn't work.
They're pagans.
Doesn't matter. Why didn't Allah guide her like he guided Waraq bin Nawfal to the right path? Because even before Muhammad, according to your Islamic tradition, the Hunafa, they were there before Muhammad and they were guided on the right deen and they renounced paganism. Why didn't your God do that for Amina like he did it for Jesus' mother? What?
Who's the Hunafa?
The Hunafa, Waraq bin Nawfal, Zayd ibn Amr, the people who found the correct deen before Muhammad. In your Bukhari, when Khadija wanted to confirm Muhammad wasn't demon possessed, it says she took him to her cousin Waraq bin Nawfal, who in the days of Jahiliyyah became a Christian and wrote the gospel, and he confirmed the Namus came to him. And it says in your tradition, there was a group of them, the Hunafa, who left the paganism of the Kaaba and followed the true deen. So why didn't Allah do that for Muhammad's mother?
What was the true deen?
Following the path of the prophets, not the idolatry of the pagans. I just explained it to you.
Yeah.
Answer the question. Why didn't he do that for Amina?
I don't know. That's a question you're going to have
because
to.
Muhammad is under the feet of Jesus. Because I'm going to go by your logic, your words, and I'm going to show you the hadith. Let's go by your words.
The only reason why I say Jesus is lesser than Muhammad is for two things. We believe Muhammad is the most beloved to God. That's one.
That's a lie from the pit of hell.
Okay, I'm just saying that's what we believe. And the second thing is Prophet Muhammad is actually going to be the only prophet out of all the prophets to take away from our bad deeds, or not take away from our bad deeds.
That's a lie from the pit of hell. Just because you think he told you that means nothing, because what I'm showing you is Muhammad is under the feet of Jesus from the Quran. Now, let me show you here. Here's the hadith, Muslim. Just listen. Be patient, man. Because you said Muhammad is greater than Jesus, which is the most blasphemous thing you can say in light of the way he lived. But let's go with here. Sahih Muslim, I gave you the link. Abu Hurairah reported, the apostle of Allah visited the grave of his mother and he wept. And he wept and moved others around him to tears and said, I sought permission from my Lord to beg forgiveness of her, but it was not granted to me. I begged Allah, oh Allah, forgive my mother. He said no. And this is the most beloved to Allah, making him cry at the fact that his mother died and he didn't forgive her. And I sought permission to visit her grave and it was granted to me. So visit the graves, for that makes you mindful of death. This is Sahih Muslim. Here's the link. I'm going to show it to you. So I want to repeat your words. It's recorded. The reason why Mary's the greatest is because Jesus made her great. Well, if she's the greatest woman, because Jesus, that means he must be the greatest man. But your prophet Muhammad couldn't even make his parents great because they're in hell. According to Bukhari, here, and Muslim. Here's Muslim. There it is. Click on it.
He was a kid when they died.
Buddy, you don't get it. Let me repeat it again. Maybe it's not clear the first 10 times. So what? He could have guided Amina and Abdullah to be God-fearing hunafa. He could have saved them out of paganism like he did Waraqah bin Nawfal before your prophet became a prophet. Why did he do that for them? Yeah, you have no answer. It's okay. Because Muhammad is nothing in comparison to Jesus. But now let me show you where his father is. You want to see where his father is?
Who's?
Muhammad's father. Here you go. Muhammad's father. Here you go. This is the link right there. I'm going to put it in private chat. This is from Muslim website, not mine. It's Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim again. Sahih. And I'm going to play Sheikh Asim al-Hakim. Sheikh Asim al-Hakim about Muhammad's parents being in hell. He's a Salafi Muslim who loves Muhammad. I'm going to play him now. Just hold on. Anas reported, verily a person said, Messenger of Allah, where is my father? He said, he is in the fire. When he turned away, he called him and said, verily my father and your father are in the fire. So Muhammad said, my father is in hell and my mother is in hell. Now, can I play Sheikh Asim al-Hakim saying your prophet's parents are in hell and they had no excuse because they knew about the true deen?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's...
Can I play him, though? I want to hear him.
Okay.
I like when he says it better than I say it because he does a good job.
I want to hear somebody else say it.
No, he's a Muslim. He's a Salafi. He's got a show where he answers question. Here it is. He's not a joke. No. Asim, I want to play Hakim. Prophet, parents.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the...
But I want to hear it. Look, see, this patient's going to kill you. I want the Christians to hear one of your Muslim scholars admitting Muhammad's parents are in hell. Here it is. Are we ready? Here it goes.
Fourth question is, why are the parents of the Prophet ﷺ in hell? This question you do not ask me about.
Listen.
This question is something that the Prophet himself, alayhi salatu wassalam, told us about, and the hadith is in Sahih al-Imam Muslim.
Sorry.
His father, a man came to him and said, O Prophet of Allah, where's my father? So the Prophet said, your father is in hell. How did the Prophet know? Allahumma salli wa sallim alayhi. Because Allah told him. So the man did not feel well about the answer. The Prophet said to him, your father and my father are in hell. And in another hadith, the Prophet wept one day, alayhi salatu wasalam. So they asked him, why are you weeping? He said, I sought permission from Allah to seek forgiveness for my mother, and he denied me from seeking forgiveness for her. Which means that, in accordance to the ayah in Surah At-Tawbah, that the Prophet and the believers are not permitted to seek forgiveness for those who died on idol worshipping, even if they were next of kin. End of story. Now, this was the Prophet's fatwa, alayhi salatu wasalam, not mine, not Sheikh XYZ. It was from the Prophet himself, and it's not in a dubious book. It's in Sahih al-Imam Muslim, the most authentic book alongside with the Bukhari after the Quran. So why this is not our issue or problem? Because this is from Allah Azza wa Jal. It's a revelation. You can say that maybe because the people of Mecca had the religion of Ibrahim.
Did you hear it? He's now going to refute you. Listen to your scholar. They had no excuse to be idolaters because they knew the religion of Abraham. They could have embraced it. Listen, look what he's going to say. Listen, not me.
Why they were performing Hajj, they were doing Tawaf, and they had the original religion of Ibrahim of worshipping Allah on Tawheed. And his son Ismail was their forefather. And there was the religion of Judaism and Christianity, which they could have adopted anyone. So these religion of monotheism were there, but they failed to choose it. So those who failed to choose it would end up in hell. This might be a reason, I don't know. What I know is what the Prophet said to us, alayhi salam, we have to believe and comply, and Allah knows.
So he just refuted your excuse. He said they knew about the religion of Abraham, they could embrace it, and there was Judaism, Christianity, they could embrace it, they chose not to. And the fatwa of your Prophet is his mother's in hell and his father's in hell, but Jesus' mother is the greatest woman your God created. It's that, and you're still trying to tell me Muhammad is greater than Jesus. God forbid such blasphemy. Now, you want me to continue to show you why Jesus is better than Muhammad? From your Quran and Hadith, not from the Bible.
I wanted to find more sins about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So far, we really didn't see any sins.
Yeah, you saw it because he said, Allah told him, ask forgiveness for your sins. That means he actually committed sins, just like his followers committed sins, but you try to tap dance around that. But now I'm going to ask you, or now I'm going to show you that he was a sinner. Okay, I'm going to ask you. Now, because you're being recorded, anything you say, you're going to answer before the true God on the day of judgment, and it's recorded. Okay.
Right.
Now, I want you to be honest, because I'm going to show you why Muhammad is under the feet of Jesus. Don't be upset. Everyone's under the feet of Jesus.
Right.
Everybody. I'm under the feet of Jesus. You're under the feet of Jesus.
Right.
Muhammad is under the feet of Jesus because he's the son of God who's the Lord of creation. But here's what I'm going to ask you, and I want you to be honest. Even though you believe it's abrogated, if you were living at the time Muhammad, be honest with me. I don't want you to lie. Fear God, because you believe you're going to stand before him. And Muhammad's companions came, or Muhammad came. Your mother's a widow, or your sister's not married, or your grandmother's not married. And they say, we're going to do muta. I'm going to marry your mother for 3 days and then divorce her and pay her. What do you call that? What do you call that?
That's prostitution.
You just called your prophet a prostitute because he allowed zawaj al-muta. Don't lie. Don't try to tap dance.
Look. So I did hear this in the Shi'i religion, but in the Sunni religion.
No, it's in the Sunnah. Your prophet in Bukhari and Muslim. I'm going to give you the hadiths based on Surah Al-Ma'idah 587. He allowed muta, then abrogated it. So I'm not saying you do it till this day. I'm saying at the time your prophet, when you, as a Sunni, believe he allowed it, then he canceled it later. So I'm not saying you do it today. That's why I asked you, if you're living at the time of your prophet and he had made it halal, acceptable, what do you call your prophet and his companions saying, go find a woman, marry her for 3 days, 2 days, doesn't matter, pay her and divorce her? You just called it prostitution. So you just called your prophet a prostitute.
You mean a pimp?
He's a okay, let's be nice. A pimp. Okay, so you're okay with him being a pimp?
No, because he's not a pimp.
Oh, so you mean when they do that to someone's mother or sister, they're not treating her as a whore? Yeah, that's what I thought. How old is your daughter? God bless her, preserve her.
She's new.
No. Okay, I have a Sunni Muslim. He wants to arrange marriage with your daughter. He's around 50 years old. He wants to now write a contract with you that your daughter will be my wife, and when she's 9, I'm going to marry her and consummate the marriage. Yes or no?
2024, no.
But hold on, your prophet is a role model and the Sharia is for all time. Are you saying that's outdated?
Actually, did research. In the 1800s in America, they allowed 10-year-olds to get married.
Last time I checked, America wasn't a prophet from God, but your prophet is, right?
No, that's true. But I'm just going with civilization.
Oh, wait. So you're going to use the corrupt Sharia of the kuffar to justify the filth of your prophet. I thought your prophet's better.
I don't know. I'm just saying people thought it was normal even 200 years.
But didn't Allah know it's not normal? I thought Allah knows everything.
What do you mean he does know everything?
So did he not know it's not normal for a 54-year-old to sleep with a 9-year-old because physically, psychologically it'll damage her? So your God didn't know that?
I mean, it probably was normal back in the day. So,
but you didn't answer my question. You first said, well,
okay,
people thought it's normal. But I thought Allah knows that. Hold on, buddy. Let me make my point because you're tap dancing.
Okay.
I thought Allah knows everything, and he knows the design of the body, and he knows for a young girl at 9, she is physically premature and psychologically premature to have a grown man, 54, old enough to be her grandfather, with an erect penis penetrating her. Did Allah know that or no?
Of course.
He knew that.
Okay.
And he allowed your prophet to do it. And he allows it in the Quran, 65 verse 4. And you still want to insult me and say this man's better than my Jesus?
How am I insulting?
Because you're telling me this man is greater than Jesus. God forbid the insult. You see why we Christians hate your prophet and we get angry? This man you're going to compare to Jesus.
Hate is a strong word.
No, it says, do I not hate those who hate you? Do you hate Satan or do you love Satan?
I hate Satan.
You hate what?
Satan.
Oh, but that's a strong word.
No, but that's Satan. Jesus teaches
you. Yeah, but then you have agents of, because your Quran says they're human shayateen. Chapter 6, verse 112.
But
you have even humans that are devils.
That's true. But according to Christians, it says not to fight flesh, but to fight the
Exactly. But we also rebuke and hate those who are giving themselves over to Satan instead of repenting. That's Psalm 139, 19 and 22.
Jesus doesn't teach that.
You want to bet he does? Now, don't change subject. Like how you ran. Good. Let's run back. I like how you ran, the runner. Come back to the issue. So you just condemned your prophet for being a pimp, and you condemned him for doing something that Allah knew would damage the 9-year-old.
What do you mean it didn't damage her?
He left her a widow at the age of 18.
Aisha.
Did she have children with him?
No.
Was he able to get any of the other wives pregnant?
He got Khadija pregnant.
That's before, and even that's debatable. The Shia deny. But could he get her pregnant? Aisha.
Possibly.
Where? You mean what? The baby died? So no. Muhammad, you're telling me
she didn't.
A 9-year-old couldn't get her pregnant, left her a widow at 18, so she couldn't marry and have children with anyone else, and she dies years later in her old age all by herself. And you're saying that didn't do any damage to her?
Time out, Uncle Sam. Hold on real quick.
Well, don't call me Uncle. Well, before you ask me, I want to ask this. Let's say Aisha was your daughter. Be honest with me. Your daughter, the one that you love. Well, hold on. Let me make the point, then you can ask me. Let me just make the point.
Right now, if it
No. Let's go to the time Muhammad. You're at the time Muhammad.
Yeah.
Your daughter.
Yeah.
You want me to make can I make the point? You just said, yeah, you buried yourself. Let me just make the point before you say and embarrass yourself live. Okay. Let me make the point.
Okay.
You're living at the time Muhammad. Your beautiful little angel, that little angel, whether it's Muhammad or Abu Bakr, they want to now marry her when she's 9. When she's 9, and they're in their 40s and 50s. They marry her. They die, leaving her a widow. In the case of Muhammad, let's take Muhammad. He then leaves your daughter a widow at 18. She can never marry. I want you to say I'd be okay with that.
2 things.
No, say I'll be okay with it. You said yes.
Two things. One, we're actually encouraged to marry widows in Islam.
That's not what I asked you. See, you're...
I'm just saying.
No one could marry Muhammad's wives.
The reason why Aisha didn't get married was
no. The Quran says you can't marry Muhammad's wives. That's in the Quran.
It's out of respect. It's not.
No, it's because Muhammad said they're your mothers. In his world, they're your mothers. So he made up this rule so you don't touch them. So don't change the subject, my friend. Get to the point. If your prophet married your 9-year-old at that time, you're living at that time, and he left her a widow at 18, no children, to die a widow, no children, I want you to say, I'm okay with my prophet doing that to my daughter. I want it recorded.
He said, I want it recorded. Look,
because it is recorded. I want to hear it. I want people to see what Islam does. Say it.
That question. You
so
can't
even answer it. Yep.
You can't.
Your heart is convicting you. That's a spirit.
Every man will say no. You know.
Say it again. Every man will say what?
No. This day and age.
No. I'm gonna repeat it a third time.
Let me continue.
At the time of your prophet
marrying Aisha, at the time that he did, not a single scholar, not a single Christian, not a single man.
You're lying through your teeth.
Rose an argument.
You're lying through your teeth because I have hadiths where when Umar ibn al-Khattab wanted to marry Kulthum, she was around 10 and 11, the daughter of Ali. Ali said, she's too young for you. Stop lying to me, man. I know your tradition. But before you run there, you at least honestly said, no man would want that, especially today. Forget today. Let's go back to the time of your prophet. You're there, 7th century.
You cannot, with the wisdom and knowledge that we have now, you cannot say.
So guys, he just showed you modern technology. Well, let me repeat what you said. Did you hear what he said? He just said, with our knowledge today, we just proved Allah is an ignoramus. He's really Satan, because if Allah knew everything, he would know that technology would catch up to the Quran and showing how evil this is. So thank you for destroying the Quran.
I'm saying a long time ago, girls got married at 10 and 11.
And did Allah know that would be bad back then?
It's not bad. We're the people.
Oh, it's okay. It's good.
Humans. Time out. We're the humans that made it bad.
But did Allah know it's bad? And could he have stopped it like he stopped adoption?
It's not bad. A girl getting married when she hits maturity is not bad.
Your hadith says she wasn't mature. She was still playing with dolls because she hadn't reached puberty.
Look, look, uncle, yes. look. Right.
So wait. I'm gonna throw you out if you don't listen. Listen, because now you're running. Did Allah know that a 54-year-old sleeping with a 9-year-old would be bad for her? Because later on, modern technology would confirm. Did he know that? Yes or no? Did he know it was bad?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's okay. So you'd be okay for a 54-year-old to mount your daughter and have sex with her.
Look, man, I told you, this day and age, you can't ask that question.
You know, I'm going to block you because you keep repeating this. I didn't say this age.
It's the truth, Sam.
So you want me to get you out of here? Because you're wasting my time now.
How am I wasting your time?
Because you keep saying this day and age, and I asked the question, I'm going to ask it the 5th time. Did Allah know back then that today, can I finish the point? Today, in the 21st century, science would confirm this is not healthy or good for a 9-year-old. Did he know that back then? Yes or no? Did he know it?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So did Allah abolish adoption, which is good? Did he stop adoption?
Yeah.
So now notice, listen to yourself. It's recorded. Go back and listen. So I want everyone here. Allah stopped adoption, which is good, in the 7th century. And Allah knew that today science, 21st century, would show it is not healthy good for a 54-year-old to mount a 9-year-old, but that he didn't stop, he allowed it. And you don't see the problem. Poor you, man.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
That's what I thought. Poor you. I feel bad for you.
That's what I thought. But even that's what I thought. Like I said, back in the day, girls got married at a very young age.
Okay, let's go to something else because you just refuted that very point. Did Allah know back then that when you get married to a young girl, it was not healthy for them? You said yes, he knew that. So stop repeating that argument. Let's go to something else. You want to have a conversation? Because you just destroyed your religion.
Let me just end it with this. Today, this day and age, 18-year-old girls don't get married because they're too young.
Okay, so did Allah know?
Go and have.
Should I send this guy to Mecca? Because he's wasting time. I'm going to give you another chance, Suhail. Suhail, I'm going to give you another chance. Did you not just say, we got you recorded, Allah even knew back then in the 7th century, he knew back then what we now found today, 21st century, that a 54-year-old sleeping with a 9-year-old is not healthy for her. You said, yes, he knew it. That means if Allah really cared for children, he would say to the people, the hell with you and your practice. Don't do that, like he stopped adoption. Why did he stop adoption when it was good, but he didn't stop this when this was evil? Can you answer that question?
Why did he stop adoption?
He canceled adoption, which is humane, but he didn't stop this practice, which you even admit harms a young girl. Why? Why stop a good practice, but not stop this evil practice?
Because for one, adoption leads to other things. That's why they stopped it.
What other question do you have? I don't want you to embarrass yourself. It's okay. You already did damage. So what's the next question you have? Go ahead, Suhail. What's the next question?
All right, let's move on then, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't want, because you when you go back and listen to yourself, the Spirit will convict you. You'll see. You're going to say, wow. When we're done, go back, listen to this. By yourself, close the door, listen. You're going to see how embarrassing this religion is. But go ahead. What's your next question?
I mean, humility is a part of what my religion teaches me, so.
No, not at all. Your religion doesn't teach you. It teaches you dominance. I mean, so you keep telling me that it's like if I don't know your religion. I've studied your religion, dude. I know what your religion is.
You know it, but you have a different perspective of it. You have your own
perspective. I have the right perspective, Jesus's perspective. That's how I know it's evil.
What's right? What's right? What's wrong?
Jesus said, I am the truth. So that's how I know what right is. I am the truth.
All right, here comes my next question to you. So if someone lived a life without knowing Jesus, never heard of Christianity, how is God going to judge them?
God will judge them by the revelation that they did receive and how they responded. That's in Acts 17, 16 to 31. That's in Acts 14, 8 to 18. So God will look into their circumstances, see what they knew, what they did not know, and how they responded. And also God knows something we don't. God knows if that person heard the gospel, whether he accepts it or not. So let's say God knows this person, if someone preached the gospel, he would still reject it. See, God also knows that.
Right.
But you can ask that question of yourself. What about those who've never heard of Muhammad? What happens to them?
Nothing. People
Nothing?
So believe that you don't have to be Muslim to go to heaven. You could still go to heaven. But
how?
What do you mean how? By being a good person. So we believe 70% of going to heaven is being a good person. And
so I can reject Muhammad and say he's an antichrist and live a good moral life, and I go to heaven?
I mean, rejecting him and then calling him the antichrist, those are two.
Well, he is. I mean, my religion, he is. Yeah, I'll give you an example. In your religion, Joseph Smith, he's the founder of Mormonism. He comes after Muhammad, and he claims to be a true prophet. Is he a false prophet or a true prophet? Joseph Smith, let me repeat it again. Joseph Smith, he comes after Muhammad, 1800s. He starts a church called Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and he claims to be a prophet, and the angel Moroni came to him and gave him the Book of Mormon. He comes after Muhammad. Is he a true prophet or a false prophet?
He may be a messenger. He's not a prophet.
So you're telling me when he claims to be a prophet, he doesn't know what he's talking about? And secondly, you're telling me that Muhammad is not the last messenger according to your tradition?
He is the last prophet.
Is he the last messenger?
I think so. Let me hold on.
Well, according to Sunni tradition, he's the last prophet and last messenger.
The last prophet. I don't know about the last messenger.
Well, that's why I ask your scholar. He's the last messenger and prophet. They don't accept anyone after. But anyway, he said he's a prophet, not a messenger. And he contradicts Muhammad. Joseph Smith says Jesus is God. The Father is God. The Holy Spirit is God. But they're three gods. And he's a prophet. And that he came to restore the church. Is he a true prophet or no?
No, of course not.
Okay, so would you call him a false prophet?
Yeah.
So why do you get upset when I say Muhammad is an antichrist, false prophet? Because when he comes after Jesus and he contradicts the Bible that I have.
He didn't come after Jesus.
Yes, he did. Muhammad was before Jesus?
We're taught to love Jesus.
And Joseph Smith is taught to love Jesus too.
Yeah, but that man worships him. That's the difference.
Okay. Let's go with the Baha'i. Let's play your game. Baha'i, Baha'u'llah, and the Bab. In Iran, who claim to be Muslim, they started the Baha'i faith. They don't worship Jesus. They love Jesus and believe Muhammad is a messenger. Are they true prophets or false prophets?
False.